Hi, this is Ellison from Slideform. Today let's talk about how you can automate your reporting from Metabase into a slide deck or Word document. So if you have Metabase set up to track important KPIs for your company, you may need to produce reports, something like this, where you have metrics embedded in a slide deck. If you do this regularly, the best way is to automate filling out this presentation each week or month. And that's where Slideform comes in. With Slideform, you can set up a simple slide deck template that has placeholders for all of the metrics, the charts, data tables, and KPIs that you want to fill in, and then you can automatically pull those in from your Metabase dashboard on a schedule and dynamically. So let's take a look. Within Slideform, there are 3 ingredients you need to set up a project for automation. The first thing you need is a template for your slide deck. So, for example, you might create a Google slide that has placeholders enclosed in curly braces like this to hold any text, date information, and of course the values of any KPIs or metrics that you want to pull from your dashboard. Then you would create shapes like this rectangle with a placeholder inside to denote that you want to fill in a data table from your dashboard, or perhaps a chart like these metrics here. Once you have that slide deck template created, in Slideform, go ahead and create a new project and upload the template in Google Slides or PowerPoint. Now once the template is set up, the second ingredient you need is to connect your Metabase to Slideform. You do that in the Data Sources menu. Click Add a Data Source and select your Metabase data source from all of the other options that we support. Click Add Integration and fill in the information that's requested. You will need to log in to the admin settings in Metabase to generate a secret key for embedding and to make sure that you have enabled embedding. You can check out our Help Center for more details on how to generate that information. Now once this data source is set up, I have an example already here. Once you click Configure, you'll be able to see your data source as it's been captured by Slideform. So for example, if I wanted to preview all the charts that have been captured and send them on over to my slide deck, I can see that preview here. To favorite one of these charts to use later, I click the star, and I can also rename the charts to give them more informative names I can use for the mapping. So once the data is connected, the third piece you need is really to connect the data over to the slide deck template. You can do that with this little paper airplane icon here to send that individual chart, revenue per quarter scorecard, over to my report. To do that, you can click on the slide here and select the exact pragma that you want to fill in, box metric 1, 2, or 3 on that slide, and click OK to save. If you're filling out more than just chart images, you might want to go over to your project and configure the data mapping that way. The yellow Configure Data button opens up your project, and from there you can select formatting options and a lot of other mapping options that are very useful to configure the way the data shows up in your template. So for my chart metric 1 placeholder here on slide 2, I can choose my data source, the worksheet and chart, and I can even set an anchor position. If I wanted to preview that information, it's available. Slideform does offer a lot of configurable filters, so any filters you have in your dashboard would be available to filter here, as well as date ranges that you may have configured in your dashboard. For a data table, like this one, which appears on slide 3, we can select our data source, select the chart or table from that page, and then you'll be able to choose which columns you want to include in the data table. You can filter the data or sort, and limit the number of rows in the output. And that will be filled into your slide deck as an editable table. For a KPI or text metric, like a number pulled out of your dashboard, you follow a similar process to the table. You set that up by selecting the data source, the worksheet and table, then you choose the column that contains the information you want, and you can apply a function, such as give me the first one, the average one, or the sum of all the numbers that meet these characteristics. And if you ever need to know what number is going to be pulled in, just click the preview button. Now, once you save all of the data mapping, to generate output, it's very simple. You just click the Generate button. You can fill in any information that you didn't autofill through the data mapping, and then your output will be generated. You can wait for a preview to show on the screen, or you can always export your results to Google Slides, PowerPoint, PDF, or share it with someone. We hope that you enjoyed learning about Slideform and that you'll check us out at slideform.co.